Troy Lewis, 12.
Because I can tell that you're angry.
I'm not angry, man. What are you talking about? You don't even know me. And you all being recorded too, man. I'm letting you know. So I did let her know she being recorded.
That's okay.
She said I was angry. I ain't even spoke to the lady.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, sir.
How you gonna say I'm angry? You don't even know me. How you gonna say I'm angry? You don't know me, man. Say I'm angry. I was angry. The lady said I was. Bro, the lady said I was angry, bro.
Hey, sir.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
Can I help you?
Man, I just came up here and asked to see Mr. Guest. The lady wouldn't let me in the door. She said I was angry. I ain't even said nothing to the lady. She don't even know me. I ain't even angry. I don't even know why she said I was angry. Like I haven't said nothing to her. I haven't said nothing to her, man. I ain't angry or nothing. I don't know what she talking about. I just asked her what she's gonna leave me out in the cold. She said she wanted to see what was going on. I don't understand. I came up here to talk to Mr. Guest. She leave me in the cold and claimed that I'm angry.
Okay, well, Mr. Guest has already got the kids separated. He's just waiting for lunch to eat.
Okay, I can't speak to nobody. Can I speak to the principal? Are you denying me access to information about my daughter?
Well, what I am telling you is if you don't de-escalate, I'm not going to allow you.
I'm not, dog, listen, bro, on my dead son, I'm not mad. I don't know what y'all saying I'm mad. Y'all saying something that I'm not. Y'all don't know me. I'm not mad. How you gonna say I'm mad about something?
Actually, we do know you, and we do have previous history.
Man,
Look, one or two things.
Can you get the principal, bro?
One or two things need to happen.
What's that?
I'm responsible for the safety of this building.
Okay.
You have to de-escalate, or you will not get to talk to anyone, and I will call an officer to have them remove you from the premises.
Okay, I'm not mad. Listen, I promise, bro, I'm not mad.
Okay,
I don't even know why y'all
okay.
saying I'm mad.
Let me talk to my AP and my attendance clerk, and we'll be right with you.
But I don't know what y'all saying I'm mad for. I'm coming up here to say my daughter been texting me saying somebody been messing with her.
Yeah.
And I want to know if you know that she have a problem and they messing with her.
Yeah.
Why listen what I'm saying? Why would you continue to leave somebody over to fuck with my daughter? So when my daughter say something, you gonna say she's the aggressor, and you know that it's an issue. So why would you leave an issue somewhere when you know somebody keep fucking with somebody? Why do you keep leaving the person there to fuck with my daughter? Why you don't even move my daughter here? I move the person up. Somebody gotta explain that to me. Because if my daughter say something back, you gonna say she's wrong, and she's gonna get in trouble for that. You know that somebody's already fucking with her.
So yesterday, she was having some issues with some young ladies.
Yeah.
And she brought it to be honest, I could tell she was upset. She had started to argue with some girls.
So why you didn't ask me
if you let me finish.
Okay.
I promise you'll like my response if you listen, I promise.
Yeah.
Okay. So she made, so I brought her to my office.
Yeah.
Gave her some time to calm down.
Okay.
She started to explain to me what was going on.
Yes, sir.
She explained to me that she had been having some issues with some other students.
Right.
I asked
And that's what we agreed on. If she have an issue, come to you and say, is right? You okay?
Let me finish, sir.
Yeah.
So then from there, what we did was I said, well, let's take a minute to calm down because she was still a little upset after re-explaining what's going on.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think the best thing we could do is go ahead and
Go around and handle. Let's go around, sir.
No, you're fine. You have help. I got you.
You are the best.
No problem. Y'all the door. So from there, I asked her. I said, "Okay, well, we've got to solve this problem.
Right.
Obviously, there's conflict between you and a couple of kids.
Right.
I said, I think.
And the little boy threatened her, the shooter, right? Some little boy threatened the shooter, right?
Has absolutely nothing to do with this.
But I'm saying, but you didn't do nothing about that either. A kid threatened the shooter.
Sir.
And you just...
And she also threatened to shoot him.
Okay, she did. She's threatened to send her brother. But she don't supposed to say nothing back.
So can you please stop touching me, please? Thank you. She did, again, we addressed both of them.
Okay.
We communicated to both families. We've done all that.
Right.
Okay. So back to this instance.
Right.
So I said, hey, we've got to sit down. We got to solve this with
Yeah.
we got to talk it out, right? Like, it's not just going to go away. Ignoring it's not going to make
Right.
it go away. So I said, we need to talk. And she said, absolutely not. She said, I'm not talking to anybody. I was like, okay, well.
She said that to you?
She did.
Okay, I'm going to check her for that.
And so I said, but I'll be honest, I wasn't mad. She was just being honest with me that in that moment she couldn't do it. At the end of the day, if she wasn't ready, it wasn't going to be a good time to have the conversation anyways.
So you trying to de-escalate the situation,
So
and she denied the de-escalation.
Well, she de-escalated.
Okay.
And she got a little upset again when she explained to me what was going on. And then we gave her a minute to de-escalate again. I said, okay, well, we should talk. And at that time, she said, no, I'm just not ready. I said, okay, cool, no problem. But just putting you back in there, then we're going to have problems. Because admittedly, she admitted to me that a girl that she said, she was like, I was explaining to them that I had no problems with some girl, and but what she did, and she admitted to me later, was that she said, well, she was like, why are you even bringing her up? I don't have a problem with that girl. And then she said, and F her anyways.
Did she?
But she said she didn't have any problem with her.
Yeah.
But that was what she said. And I said, well, why did you say that? She said, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I said, well, now you've had a problem with one kid, and now there's another kid who is one of her friends.
Well,
But
the
also,
text says right
and
here.
her and I talked like, what do we think the best solution would be? And she thought that, being able to work somewhere else where she had just some peace and quiet, because she felt like she just needed some peace and quiet for the day. Really, she kept asking, can I go home? Can I go home? Can I go home?
Yeah.
I said, no, I need you here. You can't learn if you're not here.
Yeah.
So I need you here. And so we came to a mutual
Yeah,
agreement.
she asked me to come and get her, and I said I want to come to get her.
And I think that was a good call.
Yeah.
I'm glad you let her stay.
Yeah.
So she got an opportunity to work on everything, so she didn't miss anything, and she had.
But I'm saying, if you know it's an issue, why you continue to lead them around each other?
Well, we didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we got her to a different spot where she could work because she was not ready to mediate. The other girls were ready to talk. They said they were fine to talk. She was the one who didn't want to. So,
But she don't really have to.
Well,
I mean, personally, if she don't want to jig with them because they keep fucking with, she don't want to talk to them. She don't want to talk. You can't make nobody fuck with somebody that don't want to fuck with them.
And
That's fucking with them. That's not something that
and you know. If she never wants to mediate it, that's fine. But even for today, for instance, in the cafeteria, she thought she heard the girls talking about her. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what they were talking about. I have not had the opportunity to investigate because it just happened. But what I'll tell you is, all of those girls said, we were talking about somebody, but it wasn't her.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, in not very great fashion, they pointed out another girl, single her, and said, that's who we were talking about. And to be honest, that girl was like, I ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm trying to get Taylor to say she don't worry about it.
But
that's what I'm trying to get her at.
And that'd be good. But what it was Taylor heard them talking allegedly about somebody else.
Okay.
And I'll get to the bottom of that. But then she turned, started yelling, stood up. Then the other girl stood up, and they started yelling back and forth. Now we were instantly on it, so they never got to each other, thankfully. But that's kind of where we're at. So
Taylor got up today, and that's what just happened.
So she heard the girls talking.
Okay.
She was like, hey,
So she's meddling. Taylor's meddling.
So Taylor stands up, starts mouthing over to the girl. The other girl stands up. Thankfully, they both stayed at their seats.
Okay.
We staff got between them immediately, and then I will tell you, I know we had an issue in the beginning of the year where she just wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
I looked at her, I said, Taylor, I got this, but I need you to exit the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And she did. She walked right out. So, and the other girl came right with me too, and I separated the other girl into a different spot. So Taylor's actually on her team right now. But she's with a teacher.
But all of us coming up here do, man.